Hello, good evening, and welcome to Candy's Crafts Corner. How are you? I hope you had a nice holiday weekend and that you enjoy your Memorial Day long weekend for those of you who had a long weekend. And I'm trying to see if I'm live, as every time. You've heard me before, but I cannot find myself. Oh, there we go. Here we are. All right, so now I can see your comments. Say hi if you're on. So this is like the postponed Sunday Facebook Live because I thought that you would all be busy this weekend. And I think I think that we're gonna work with, well, I know we're gonna work with flowers today, and we're gonna work with the beautiful Paper Florist Dies. When I first saw them in the catalog, I loved them, and I really is one of the first things I wanted to do. This is a little design that I'm putting together. It's not glued, so that's why I'm messing with it, so you can see it, and I think the black background will help to see a little bit better. But anyway, hi Deborah, good evening, how are you? So let's get started. So this is gonna be part one because there's so much that you can do with this set that I wanted to fit it all in, and I'm thinking like, well, we cannot be 3 hours live. So we're gonna do a part one and a part two on Sunday, okay? So today we're gonna basically work on how to put together these and a couple of ideas on what to do with it, okay? So let me grab my stuff. And what I did, I think this will be helpful, is that I cut them all in very vanilla, all the dies, and here are all the dies. This is the Paper Florist dies. Okay, let me put them next to each other. So I'm gonna tell you, and I'm gonna show you what I think they make. I've been checking videos of other demonstrators. I've been playing with it myself for a while, and my conclusion is there's no wrong way to use this, but sometimes it could be a little confusing to get just the shapes. Like for instance this, I was thinking that this will go like this and will make like a 3D flower somehow, but no, it doesn't. So anyway, so you don't have to go through these pains that I went through and trying to go through things. I'm gonna show you a little bit what the shapes are and what flowers they make. Okay, so, or they can make, and you can mix and match many of them as well. So let's start with like the simple ones. There's leaves, and those are just plain leaves like these. These are it, these are like your regular dies. They, you can cut them, and the thing is that you can also use them for 3D projects or non-3D projects. This is very flat. You can put it flat and it would work perfectly well, but then you can give it a little bit of shape and make it more 3D if you want to. Then we have this other flower that it's cut with what is it here, this one. And then we have this nicely stitched flower that I just folded in the middle so it would look more 3D. But sorry, I did like this. I realized I was on camera. But you can easily use it flat as well, like in this case, and this is this one here. Okay, so these are the easy ones, right? Now let's start with some of the more like put them together kind of. All right, so, well, actually something else. All these little things are to create little centers for our flowers or other decorations that you can use. Let me see, like this. This piece cuts 4 of these, and these are it. These pieces right there. And then this piece cuts a very interesting shape like that, and I don't know why I did it twice, but anyway, I glued it twice here. Maybe because I like it a lot. And then these are the I did it twice because there's two of them. Okay. There was a reason behind my madness. A system, I should say. And then we have this other thing that it can also be a center of a flower, or it can be other things, and as I will show you. And this cuts this interesting shape. Cool. And these you can layer with one of these circles. And these circles are repeated. One, they have the large one with the stitching, and then the little one with the dots, like the texture dots, as if it was the center of a sunflower or something. And this is reversed. The large one is the dots, and the little one is the stitch. And these are this here. You can use them by themselves, or you can use them to layer the center of one of these, for instance. And let me see if I can have a centerpiece with this one here. Maybe not this one. This one is not the one that's stitched. This one is the little circle one too. So let me get the stitch one. There we go, because it's a little smaller, see? And it just fits right there in the center. Cute, right? And then you can put this in a flower base, like wow. Well, we'll do it later, but you can get the idea. Anyway, we'll do it later. Oh, and I realized I didn't cut enough of these flowers. Oh well, doesn't matter. All right, so let's move on. So that's what that piece does. And then there's this sun piece here that cuts this shape. I call it the sun piece because it looks like a sun. And you can use that for decoration, but basically the purpose, I think, is to be the base for this 3D flower, the 3D rose, this 3D rose, like the one I made here. You see, that has the piece behind it that you create with these big petals with the stitch thing, with the cut here in the base. So, and these two are, okay, let me continue. These two are these, and they look to me like orchids kind of, because they have the five petals. And if you layer them, you get something like this, with the little, one of the little centers. This is my idea. But as I said, you can mix and match, and there's no wrong. If you like it, go for it. And then we have this part here, that it comes from this, that is the vases, or the stems for these little tulips here, right? And these little tulips are cut with this part. So you can cut them into colors. So you can cut the tulips in, say, more flowery color like this. Okay, let me just show you one that is finished. Like you can do the stems in a greenish color, and then the tulips in another color. And did I miss anything? Yes, I did. We missed these. These little ones, they'll come together. So I figure if they come together, they're for layering together within themselves. But you can also use them to layer with other parts, and I'll show you later a couple of examples, just to give you ideas. So this creates something, these flowers, these petals here, that if you fold them and you layer them together, you can do kind of like a dahlia effect, like that. And I'm missing this one. This one also comes together, so I figure, okay, no, I'm missing more things, an important one. This comes together, so I figure let's layer it and see what happens. And this is what happens. You cut these 4 shapes, and if you layer them together, you get something like this. So 2 large ones and 2 little ones, and all layer, and you can, fold them to be more 3D. and fold them maybe like the bottom layer down and the top layer up as you see fit. Like I did this one a little, I folded a little bit different than this one, and look, they look quite different, right? If you change the color, and it's the same pieces, but anyway, you by changing the center, the color, and how you fold them, they can be a little bit more distinct. All right, and then we have this long piece here. So this long piece here, you're supposed to cut it, and it cuts something like this, like a strip. But this strip is all cut. Let me grab it so you can see. See how it's like all little cuts? So that you're supposed to roll on itself to create something, and then glue it, and you create something like that. That could be a beautiful center for one of the flowers, and you can layer that over another center. You can put it directly on the flower, and I used it here on the big rose. It's a little wrinkly because I actually played a lot with it to see how I liked it better, but you know, I'll do a brand new one. And this is how you can put it in the center of one of the flowers, and it looks really, really, really nice, I think. I love this set. I love making 3D projects, so this is great for decorating boxes, and that's exactly the purpose of many of these, what I'm gonna do with many of these. And I think now I've covered them all. I think so. I'm just looking around. It's like, yes, I think I covered them all. So why don't we start making something or putting them together? Okay. So let's see. The one that I'm not going to be able to put together is this one, because I didn't cut it. I didn't pre-cut it. But this is very easy. And as I said, you can get the idea from this. So maybe I can just grab these ones and do. Yeah, why not? There you go. Let's start with this one now. I just put like very little glue. So we'll do one in very vanilla. Important thing for these flowers, have your bond folder, and the other important thing is to have your silicone mat, because there's gonna be a lot of gluing. Hi Deborah, I'm happy you like them. They're like, I don't know if you got the set, but it's really, really beautiful. And as I said, you can also use it for non-3D projects, because you can put some of these flowers flat, and that's exactly how they show them in the catalog. Actually, let me grab the catalog. And they look very nice too. I just happen to like 3D projects. I think they were on page 33, if I'm not mistaken. Showcased. Alright, yes. See? Here they use them flat. And here they use them to decorate a box. And in my second part of this, we're gonna showcase different coloring techniques for the flowers. But right now, there's so much to cover with just putting them together that I figure, let's not go crazy, okay? So it's a school night. People have better things to do. Yeah, you'll like it. I love them. Anyway, so what I do with these ones, I fold them a little bit up or down. As I said, like I actually like down the first layer and then up the second layer. And then move the petals like that. So that would be one. And then I do my other big one. They already have a little bit of glue, but it doesn't matter because I'm gonna glue them on their own. And you kind of, again, put it like that, and then we're gonna glue it together. I tried different kinds of glues. I tried glue dots, but sometimes the pieces are a little small for the glue dots, and then because you have to manipulate them a little bit more than what you would usually do, I found that the glue dots sometimes were not sticking. I mean, they were sticking, but they were not staying in place. The problem with the liquid glue is that it's very strong, but you have to give it a minute. So, like that. And now gonna do these, the smaller flowers, petals, the layer of petals. And again, I'm gonna squish them a little bit, put a little bit of glue there. You can put the glue here or there, whatever you want. Maybe this is easier. And then what I do is I put the petal in the hole between the other two petals with every layer, so they're not one on top of each other. And the last one, same thing. Like this one I'm gonna close a lot because it's gonna be the smaller layer. Adding a little bit more glue to the glue that I had from my little display. And again, I'm trying to layer it in the middle of the other two petals. You can use, actually for this, it's gonna be better to use the take your pick tool with the round center, because also just by rubbing it a little bit, it will help manipulate the paper and break the fibers a little bit more. And that's the idea of this flower. And now we can decorate the center with whichever part we want. So we could do something like that, like I did with, we can do something simple and put just a little dot, or we can put something a little bit more elaborated with this, or this with the dot. I don't know. I think I'm gonna use this one. Why not, right? Since I have it here. And I'm folding this a little bit up. This will look so pretty in, okay, come on, glue, come out. It's a new one, so I don't know. Maybe I didn't put the cover quickly enough the other day, and now it dried a little bit. All right. This looks delicate enough. I like the vanilla. And I'm pressing down with my take your pick tool, the roundy part, the bigger one of the balls that comes with it. I don't know what the balls are called. I call them the balls. But anyway, they probably have a technical name. So that's nice, right? So that's the one with the, let's show again. Now I cannot show you the cuts, but I can show you the die again, this one. Okay, so this is done with that one. And this one is this one here. So let's continue and let's do, I don't know, what do we want to do next? The dahlia. Any preference? Okay, the dahlia. Did I cut the dahlia? I think so, yes. Dahlia I cut in. I call it the dahlia. As I said, you can mix, match. You can actually put one of these layers and just do this and mix the layers and to have like different shaped petals. There's many flowers that have petals that are a little different in the center that they are on the side, like orchids. So the idea, same thing with the dahlia one. Just folding this, curling this. I said folding, but it's curling. It's been a long day already for me. That's why I don't do these lives on a weekday usually, because I just came from the office like a half hour, but a little bit longer. There we go. Press. Let it stick. While it's sticking, I'm gonna curl the other two pieces. little bit of glue goes a long way with this one. And you know what comes handy with these too? To have a glue eraser. Excuse me. A glue eraser helps you if you have like a little bit of glue showing. Especially in the tulips one, you'll see what I mean. I just started playing with these recently, but I'm sure I'll get the gist of it. But while gluing the tulips, there's always a little bit of glue that shows up. And the glue eraser comes very handy. I have mine right here. Got it on the internet. And it's made of gum arabica, I think. So it's amazing. It's amazing. It's just like really, really handy. I didn't know they existed. Where have they been all my life? There we go. Same process, you know. And now it looks like this. You can, as I said, we'll talk about it more in the next live, but you can mix and match colors. There's so many things you can do. I'm just doing something very basic here to just show how to put them together. And for this one, I'm just gonna use one of the little centers. This is the one that comes with this one. That was 4 of them. So it's very handy because they're so small that they I end up losing them. So just tiny little bit of glue. And I think I'm gonna use my tweezers if I can find them. Which I can. I don't know where they went. Jeez. Oh well. Okay, so I'll have to do it by hand. Face down. Press. And this is how this one looks. I think it looks pretty nice too, right? Again, you can change the center for a different effect, and it will be totally, well, you change the center with the colors, and it looks pretty different. So you can have like a lot of creations, a lot of variations. The possibilities are endless, endless. All right, so let's move on to the orchid. I named them, as you can see. I've named them. Now that we're gonna move to the orchid, it was like the weirdest one, and this is the one that people use less. I've been checking, and like the catalog didn't show it. If you see, the catalog in the back also has a bunch of them too, and some of the daisies set as well. Very different. Look how nice they put here in the same color. They're all in the same color. They're nice too. So as I said, you can mix, match, change colors. We'll talk more about the colors and other variations, but there's no wrong way to do it. But certainly if you're like scratching your hair and thinking it's like, how do I do that? Yeah, it's fun to make them, right, Deborah? Well, so this is like a how-to by me. I'm not saying this is the only way to do it. I'm saying that this is the way that I found that it worked for me. And this one I'm curling a little bit, I'm moving it up. Curling a little bit, I'm moving it up. Just, I don't know. It looks more orchid to me. And orchid will be probably in 2 colors. But as I said, more on colors on Sunday. Okay? Because I have to have time to play some more with it. And I'm just going to layer them like this. See how there's 3 in the top and 2 in the bottom? Like the orchids, actually. You could actually leave them like that and just put some nice center. But as I said, they come together. So let's layer them. And I'm going to put them like that. But you can put them as you see fit. I had a lot of fun, and I went on the weekend to a friend's house in the Catskills, and at night we were watching TV, a series on TV, and I had my box of die-cut, and I was playing them with them while I was watching TV and seeing what I could make with them. And now what I've decided is that the box that I took, I'm gonna decorate them with the top of the box. So that will be my box of flowers, or maybe I'll use it for a gift. But anyway, I'm getting ahead of myself. We're still making flowers. All right, so this is the orchid, and again, you can put whichever center you want. I like a pink one of these ones. This is in the new color. What is it called? This is one of the berry burst. This is one of the returning colors. Oh, by the way, I use all new colors, all of them. Not because I wanted to showcase all in the new colors, but because they're the packages of cardstock that I had next to me when I started cutting, so that's why. All right, this would be so much easier with my tweezers if I could find them, but they're probably next to my heat gun because I use it when I'm heat embossing. All right, so this looks something like that, or as I said, this piece I use one of these smaller ones from this one for the base, and then I layer just one layer of this one, the orchid one. Okay, let me put this reference to the sides because you don't know my naming convention. So I use for this one of these small ones, the small one of this one, the what I call the orchid one, and then I use the smallest one of this one to the cross for the dahlia, and that's how I put this together, and it looks pretty nice too, right? Different shapes, different colors. If I change the center, it would be also more distinct. So let's continue. We need to make let's make the tulips. I'm leaving the rose for the last. The last. Okay, so I don't know if for the tulip is better to do. We're gonna make them in pink. We're gonna make pink tulips. And I have the darker green and which is Pretty Peacock actually, and this one is I'm trying to help myself by Lost Lagoon. That's what it is, Lost Lagoon. Trying to look at the side of the my stamping ink pads there. All right, so I don't know. I think the easiest way is to put a little bit of glue on the bottom of the tulip and then put this on top. So let's see if that works better. And if we have excess, I have my glue my glue eraser, sorry. So I'm gonna just do a little bit. And by the way, they come in 3 sizes. The bigger one is the middle one because it's the one that fits the bigger. It's a slightly bigger base. It's hard to tell. The ones in the sides are interchangeable, so you can use for either. But if you put one of the little ones in here, there'll be a little, well, you can do it too, but you know, otherwise what happens if you use the bigger one in the little one, then you get a lot of things on the side which may not totally work. Anyway, so let's do this. A little bit of glue. The glue is giving me trouble, like every life. I'm gonna just put just a little bit because I don't want it to spill over. And I'm just gonna grab it with this. All right, so that's one. there's 2, and there's 3. It's a little tiny little bit of glue shining here, but when it dries, it's gonna be okay. And I don't think it's gonna be visible, and it's not gonna require the glue eraser. So these are our tulips. Nice, right? All right, and now for last, we have the big rose, and I didn't cut a circle for the big rose, so we'll make it like I was gonna make it in berry vanilla, but we're gonna make it in boho blue. I'm gonna use this as the base, and what happens here is that this cut, you're supposed to fold. Okay, let's give it a little bit of shape first, and I'm gonna close my glue so it doesn't happen like before. Shape it a little bit. I like to do it like that, a little bit to the side, like very rose-like, and then fold it like this in the center, following the line of the cut, and then you cross these two and glue them together like this. I tried with a glue dot. As I said, it holds, but it's not so, see, it moved a little bit. Here's my glue dot, and I don't know why. Maybe the pressure is too big for it. And I didn't curl this before, so maybe this can be the middle section. Anyway, everything works, but of course you have to hold it a little bit longer. Oh, this one is not the one I put the glue on. I didn't put the glue in any. Okay, right. I didn't put the glue yet. All right, so let's do that. It's just gonna require a little bit more patience so that the liquid glue gets tacky and holds. I guess you could use a clip there to hold it while you're working on the other stuff, but I don't have any handy. Okay, so see, you have to really hold it. I should have thought of that. The paper, a little binder would come handy. Even a paper clip. That's why I started using the glue dots, but anyway. This had the glue dot as well. Maybe it's because I didn't put it correctly. Let's try to use the glue dot again. Gonna take this one off and use a brand new one. And I'm gonna use my piercing tool this time so I can put it exactly what I want it. And then I'm just gonna fold it. Again, the fire department are here. I live next door to the fire department, and you know, it's noisy. All right, you can see the glue a little bit, but this is gonna be covered anyway, so we're not gonna worry about it. Here, this one with the glue dot looks like it was holding. So I have 3. This one is the one that you have to cut twice, unless you wanted a simple 3-1 like they did here. That's only the 3 that comes in the die. The die comes like this. So I want to have 6 because I like a fuller flower. Otherwise it looks a little bit like that. I mean, you can open, and these open actually. You see how they open? Yeah, they need to be like this. So anyway, patience. Patience until your glue dries, and just have to hold it until it dries. Otherwise, it will open. Anyway, as I said, I like it in 6 more than in 3. So I'm gonna curl it following the line like this, and then I'm gonna curl it like that again. And then they'll shape up as they want. More than as I want. More than as I want, because you know you have to make sure that the glue sticks. Hold it, hold it, hold it. I wish I could do something else. That's why I think next time I'm gonna bring little binder clips. Right, now I'm gluing my finger. All right, let's do the last one. Thankfully I had some already made, right? But curl it like this. To the side, then fold like this. The curl is not that much, but I like it. I'm gonna use a glue dot this time. It's a variation glue dot. I'm gonna put the glue dot there. I'm really annoyed that they changed the side. I know I've said it before. I'm really annoyed that they changed where they place the glue dots instead of putting them here. That now they come on the other side. Because then once you get to these, the last glue dots are all attached to this cardstock here that you cannot use them. So there's like 6 or 7 that are throwaways, and it's a waste of money if you ask me. But that's how they make them now. Anyway, so let's start laying this out. So we're gonna do 3 and 3. Put this on the side in our base. Do I have another base? Yes, because I want to show you something else. So I'm gonna put a circle of glue here. And I'm gonna do this and hold it. I'm sorry, it's a lot of holding. That's why, you know, the coloring is gonna come separately, because these take a little bit of time, but they're fun to make, I have to say. I had a lot of fun making flowers the other day. Plus, everybody was very impressed. So put the 3 like that. And again, you put these on the holes of the other one. Like that. Put a little bit more glue there. Put a generous amount, because it's not going to be seen, because you're going to be covering that with something else. Let's see if I can help myself with this. I should have waited a little longer till the first layer dried. Do something else with it meanwhile. But for the sake of the video, I'm trying to be a little faster. Because this is like the equivalent of, what is it? What's boring is the equivalent of watching wall paint dry. Well, this is like watching flower making dry, or glue dry, or something. All right, almost done. I'm holding. It looks something like this, and you can make like the base. Actually, I was thinking it's like it'd be actually pretty good too if you do the base like this. Just try it while we're live, and then put these ones like that, and it will be a wider flower, but it will look nice as well. Know what I mean? So this will be a more closed rose, and this will be a more open rose. I'll do that with the next. No folding on the first layer. And then now we need to do the center. And there's so many options for the center. But one of them that I like a lot in here is to use this part that I told you that you have to curl. And how do we do that? Well, perfectly that we have the take your pick tool here. I'm just gonna curl it like this, as if you're curling ribbon. Sorry, I'm not doing it on camera. As if you're curling ribbon. I'm gonna actually work it out like a little, so that these pieces open a little bit more, you see, like curl it like that to the outside, and then we start the little rolling. Roll, roll, roll. Once it starts, the beginning is the problem, the rest you can just roll it on its own. And then we can put a glue dot or glue, depends if you were patient or not that patient. Today I'm not that patient, so I'm gonna use a glue dot. I'm gonna put it right here, and I'm gonna roll this part. You can roll it tighter or less tight, depending on how wide you want your base to be. As I said, there's no right or wrong, and then you just open this like that. You can even go like this. And you can either put it like this here, like that, or you can put yet another piece. And I like another piece because, you know, there's a lot of foldings and cuts and everything that I don't want to show there that much. So let's see what I have around here that's pre-cut. I can do this one and just do that, and that would look nice in the same tone. Or I can do a contrasting tone, like this, or even more contrasting, like this. What do you guys think? Deborah, what do you think? What do you like better? The blue, the peacock, or the pink? Anybody? I think I'll use the, I don't know. I like the mold, that's a problem. Maybe I'll use the blue. Boho blue. Gonna fold them a little bit, the timbers. Just putting a little bit of this. And you know what I'm thinking? Again, more next Sunday about it. But if you use Wink of Stella for the centers, they will look fabulous. And of course, you can always use for these centers like a little rhinestone or embellishment. I'm just putting quite a generous amount of glue there. I'm trying not to move it too much and let it adhere on its own. That's it. It's cute, right? And then, well, you know, then you can decide what you want to do with all these flowers. But I did tell you that I'll show something else, and I want to show something else, even though I'm not done yet. And of course, I'm using this as the base, but I should actually use, let's see, a piece of cardstock like this, because you can do just like an assortment of them with your you call it leaves. My God, I have to eat my dinner. I'm just losing it. Okay, and maybe I'll put this one here, you know, like something like that, like I was playing before with some still lifes with flowers, flower arranging. They don't need watering, these flowers. Something like that, and it looks very nice, and you can put it on top of a box or something like that. All right, but besides flowers, I was thinking, how fun would it be to use these for just an element, like a more abstract, kind of like a optic art element, just by layering these two and having a bunch of them like that. And I'm thinking of doing that for a birthday card, because they are fun shapes, and you can just put, you know, several of them. I'm gonna work on it, and I'm gonna show you that next Sunday. Not even a week. I have like 3 days to put things together. But anyway, I'm just looking to see if I had more cuts of this to show you, but I don't. But anyway, that's my idea, you know, like this could be like burst of color. Doesn't have to be flowers per se. You can use these for like little decorations as well. And let's do one of the flowers with a rhinestone to see how they look. Let me see, where are my rhinestones? Oh, okay, yeah, here we go. These are the Tinsel Gems 4-pack, and there's also the Tinsel Gem 3-pack, and the 3-pack is because it comes in 4 colors and 3 colors. And don't make me tell you what colors they are. Thank you, Deborah. Blue, good, because I did the blue. I know it takes a little bit of time to get the responses on my thing. These are so pretty, aren't they pretty? I love them. So you grab one of these for the pink flowers, maybe, or one of them. Let's try. And I'm leaving the base. You can do it directly over the pink cardstock, but you get the idea. They will look very pretty. And let's do a yellow one for this one too. They're not meant to be done, because of course you have to do something with them. But the coloring and other things, and I'm gonna show you a card with that idea of the burst of, kind of like a burst of fireworks or something in different colors. I think and these colors are so pretty. I think they will look nice. Anyway, so that's all I have for you tonight for now. This is part 1. Let's put the flowers here so you can see them, like the different flowers. And we'll put some, like we'll do a little bouquet here. And we'll put them on camera. Let's see. Some of these. Some of these. What other colors we're missing? No, these. And of course the leaves. They look so nice against the black. I really wanna do something with them. And I'm thinking I'm gonna decorate these, one of our kids' boxes. So I'll show you that on Sunday if I have time to finish it. And we'll put something else, something. Anyway, just to show a little bit of the variations. And let's put the bursts of color right here, just to show. All right, folks, so this is all I got for you tonight. This is part 1 of Paper Flowers with the Paper Florist set. And part 2 will come on Sunday. And I'll show you fun ideas on how to paint them or use different coloring for the petals, so they show variation and it's not just the plain, which it looks already very nice, I think, the plain. But you know, we're gonna see what else we can do for variations and such, and you know, then you make it your own, you know, mix and match, and you can, you know, go crazy. All right, so good night, and I'll see you. Thank you, Deborah. I can't wait for that either. I have to come up with some ideas. I hope you had a good rest of the week, and I'll see you all on Sunday. Thank you. Bye.